Not entirely sure what broke. Also, I read your message. Who's Misty and which doll? Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Not sure. I'll check certain things real quick. Also, it did switch it back to Minecraft, so give me 1 second. Hopefully, that was a one-time issue and it doesn't repeatedly go down. One moment. And hopefully that was it. Sorry about it going down. What was I doing? I don't know if Wendy's still here. Let's see. We're in a closet. Yep, sounds about right. Ooh, fun. Best kind of email. Yeah, I don't know why my internet just kind of shut. Oh, you're an asshole. I dislike you. Had the rest of the freakiness. Probably dislikes you too. Yeah, I don't know why my internet went down. It's been pretty good recently, so it was kind of a shock that it went down. But I'm back. Ah, thank you. Fuck you. Killed my internet, you asshole. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to deal with this shit. Attack the internet directly, exactly. And I don't appreciate it.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Tab out and then tab back in to skip things. You're playing chess. It was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! If it didn't want to come back up, I was just gonna say, hey, sorry, I can't stream anymore. But it eventually came back up. Weirdest thing is, I went downstairs to tweak with the router, and there was a red light on it. But before I could do anything to the router, the red light turned clear or cleared again, and it was like, oh, okay. And then it started working. It was like, sure. It was not me. I did not bite the cables. I blame Donut. Of course it was Donut. Void's not the one that bites the wire. It's Squeaks that would bite the wire if it was. Also, another email replaced parts for a broken action figure. Directed from the company is 45. Figures $2.99. Nice. Router felt your presence and it turned back on. That's the first time something got turned on by my presence. I bite many, then cables are not one of those, Yuki. BRB, okay, donuts are coming to buy the cable again. I don't know why my G went off. I don't know what it is. Home, I think it is. Whatever the hell it's called. Very interesting that my internet went down, though. I gotta say, at least it has been pretty stable recently. The ghost of the machine. Can't control everything. True. Like I say, the internet at least has been more stable. 3 hours. We're live for 3 hours before the crash. Sure. I don't think I'll ever do a face reveal. Too damn bad. Orb. I'm gonna reveal my face right now. God damn. Oh damn. I didn't know Zykes was a William Defoe. Nice. What do you do for a Scooby snack? Can't bless us with the Greek goddess look. I wish. Look closer to the fucking Minotaur than anything else. Kind of clipped my nail. I have like a little bit overgrown cuticle. Good news though is we're back. So that's don't have to worry about that at least, you know, fixing that because it seemed to fix itself, which is cool and all. Rather you say that, but look at every other VTuber face reveal. Yeah, I look at every other VTuber face reveal and they're very attractive. I look like Hunchback of Notre Dame. I'm like, why couldn't the kid see the pirate movie? Because it was rated R. Fuck. That was loud. Okay, Wendy, give me one moment.
Hello, Wendy.
Okay, there you go. I mean, one of my favorite jokes if I walk into a doctor's office with ships. Ship's wheel stuffed down his pants. The doctor says to him, "Sir, doesn't that hurt?" Fire says, "Oh, it's been driving me nuts." Ugh. That was not. When I said that I can go deeper, I literally meant it. It hurts my throat though, so fucking not doing that shit all that often. Pandora is Kakashi's move. Unfortunately, it does hurt my throat a bit, so I don't like doing that all too often. Revmare Thay. But there you go. You happy? I've had. Fuck you. Serenity. But in a good way. Yeah, so that does hurt my throat, but still funny though. Well, that's why I have Serenity, Wendy. Did anything on the spirit box? You're gonna kill yourself. Good night. Don't kill yourself. Wendy, you won't ever be able to hear Pandora again. In Minecraft. Yeah, of course in Minecraft. But sleep well, Wendy. Okay. Yeah, no. Now my throat feels a little bit scratchy. I'm going to try rehydrating a bit. So that was probably a Thay, which is thoughts. That was like deeper than I can go. Yeah, that's as deep as I can go, but it does kind of hurt, so I don't want to do it too often. I only do it for bits, you know? And when I said that I can go deeper, I wasn't kidding about that one. Oh, Zyke's got first. Yeah, it doesn't feel the greatest to do that, but it's funny. Um, that one hurt. Is just more. I don't know if my mic can even pick that up. I have my mic set so it doesn't pick up very high pitch noises. So I don't even know if he'll be able to pick it up without being very... When I tried it earlier, it said out of stock. Well, that's because stream got restarted. Uh, T. I was like, let me see who called first today. Demi called first. Never mind. My bad, Twitch. We cool. Demi got first. Also, I love hiding in spots that you shouldn't normally be able to hide in. And my throat hurts now, so even if I wanted to try going high, I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea. So it should be dots because it was not a rev and it sounded too fast to be a mare. What? Trinity Med. Mare, Mary, maybe. I think it might have moved rooms from here into the hallway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Now my throat feels all fucky wacky. Next time Wendy asks for it, I am going to probably decline it because it hurts. I was drinking water already. To try soothing my throat. I might need some tea though. I make myself some like honey lemon tea. Asshole. Yeah, so my throat now kind of hurts pretty bad. So I was trying to blast your eardrums. Yes. So next time I will not be doing that because that hurts me. Hi, Donut. Gladly. And I watch. I have a feeling it moved again. Ooh, that's fun. You never catch me playing Phasma alone, I'd get lost. That's fair. I've spent too much time. I know a lot of these maps like it's the back of my hand. By the way, how are you doing, Sora? Hope you're doing well. I still think it's a Fae. I need to go figure out what room it moved to because I don't think it's in the hallway anymore. That on. A knife. I don't know about you, but I think the ghost is still here. Unless it's off in one of these rooms. No, that's way too warm. I'm directionally challenged. That's fair. I'm bad with directions myself. I just... Is it in? Okay, ghost, show me your orbs. Where's your orbs? Fuck, you are. So you're still in this room. I do the finger thing. Same, I do too. I'm not great with directions. What else could it be? It could be spirit box or freezing, but I don't know. Box I've tried on. We're talking about the thing with the left and rights. Thoughts. Yep, it's a thing. I thought it was because it sounded way too fast to be a normal ghost, and it definitely wasn't a rev. It was not slow in the slightest. Keyboard. I gotta capture a photo of the ghost too. God damn it. Okay. More sanity meds, and it's time to sit in the ghost room for like a half an hour waiting for it to show itself. Drop my phone. Yet. Aww. Ghosty ghost. Yay. Hey, ghost, do you want to show yourself, please? Anything, something, anything. Let me take a photo of you. You're not a demon, so I can't. I'm going to break something. Fucking ghost riding my ass. Good. Phasma with Serenity. Let's go. Alrighty, have a good night, T. Sleep well. It's a Thay, and I got all the objectives. Doing pretty damn well so far for the objectives. Stupid stream. That's what I'm upset about, but you know, not the end of the world. Points am I at? 1700 or 1726. I'm 58% of the way to the next trophy, so I might. I mean, it's 4:30. I'll be streaming for another like 4.5 hours. I might be able to reach 80% tonight, if not get the thing, the tier 2 trophy tonight.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the
We're back below 220 hours. Let's go. Late for you, then I guess is for me. It's later for you than I guess is for me. Yeah, it seems. The wee early mornings. Boner. Where any hiding spots are. The first thing I do, especially since I died yesterday from the stupid human. Do have a whole skeleton already? I'm pretty sure I do, yes. It hasn't done anything, so I will grab the thermometer and go around and you. I'm pretty sure I've got the full skeleton though. I think I've got all the bones needed. That 10 degrees versus box. Nothing too high. Hasn't touched anything yet, but that doesn't mean it's not. When I get back to the once I finish this level, I'll show you the all the individual bones I've collected. I mean, how many bones have I gotten so far? Pause menu. No. Statistics. I've collected 279 bones, but obviously there's not like singular finger bones, you know, so it's the whole hand. No orbs. Oh, okay. Just writing. Possible Dio. Ass. Breaker off. My throat feels very fucky after that, so I refuse to do that again. I forgot how painful it is. So at least one. Yeah, that is if I collected every bone. Pretty sure I have all the bones needed, but I don't. It's just like me for real. need to grab salts to check for UV though. I like the thought that, you know, how like those syringes you would inject into your thigh. I just like the thought of like him just like squirting it right into his mouth. That thought makes me giggle. No footsies, sad.
Person died.
Person died. No shit. Squirting the adrenaline shot into your mouth. I dislike you, Ghost. But that emote was Booba with bra. Gee, whose emote is that? I always thought it was Tweet, but I'm not too sure. Oh, it is Twee. The syringe jello shots you had in Vegas. That's a thing? Interesting. Ever had jello shots? I don't know if even if I would want to try jello shots, even if they were there. I don't really like alcohol. Alcohol makes me sick. The hair on top should give it away. My mom used to make them. Yeah, no, I don't know. Alcohol just doesn't, like, I mean, I'm able to handle certain ones that I've learned, but overall, it just, I don't know, it's just not my thing. A little bit more tongue game. Sounds like a good time, so I'm in. Also, that's EMF 5. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I tried it, but I've learned that it's just not my thing. Pretty much just given up on it. Or trying at this point. Made them with Everclear social. I see a lot of people doing like the whole drunk Uno stuff, and it's like I will never do that. So it kind of sucks, but also is like probably for the best. Unless I do shots and just like not let it touch my tongue. No, like a drunk Una where they drink, beforehand, obviously, but also during. Get all giddy and whatnot. See, the funniest thing is I'm not even a fucking lightweight. I've just never been able to keep alcohol drunk. I don't get tipsy or anything, but like I was able to drink the entirety of the Mike's Hard Lemonade, and just never did anything. But it was just not a great experience. True. Crucifix and skip a hunt. Got hair in my eye, pissing me off. Or never mind. Fuck you. Don't want to play with you anymore. Oh, it's even worse. It's a fucking monkey paw. So anyone wants to sit in the closet for like 10 hours now? Yes, please. My timeout room, the closet. Oh boy, oh boy, put in the closet again. The room of imagination and mystery. There's the crucifix one. That's nice. Shit, Mika's streaming in the morning? Let's go! I have somebody to raid out too. I could always raid out to people like Marky, though, if Marky continues streaming at like 7 in the morning. 7, 8. Because I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way to, 12 hours today. You know what time she starts, Pro?
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
She said 8, so but it's Mika. So probably not until like, and is it 8 my time or 8 her time? Assuming you're talking about 8 her time, which is 10. 10? I think it's 10.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost for its first object.
Unfortunately, I might not make it to be able to raid out to Mika. Boner. Boner, boner, boner. That. Fortunate I won't get to see Mika. Oh. Mika's not. Mika can barely do 4 hours. You expect her to do a 12-hour stream? She's a lightweight when it comes to streaming. identify a hiding spot before I start. Okay, there's. And when she doesn't work, she only streams like 4 hours at most. She doesn't have work. She streams at most like 4 hours. I don't think I've ever seen her go above that. No toes. Ghostwriting though. Yeah, I definitely do think tonight might be a shorter stream because I'm kind of beat. In our stream for 9 hours. Damn. But I didn't get to see it. Could be a shade, which would explain why it's not doing anything. Hmm. Yep, it's freezing. It cannot be dots, so I'll just remove it. Get to a part-time job at least, but my car's still broken. Broken it. Car broken is not good. It is not good. I do work with my neighbor from time to time who's a contractor. I would like something a little more stable. I don't blame you on that one, Grim. My guess is this is a shade. Objectives, escape. Worst comes to worst, I can do a speed test. Not at all. Object, not music. Error? Oja. Oja. Alrighty, we'll listen. I'm gonna, like, absolutely. Shit. Forgot about the cruci. Considering in money, but now that I'm yeah, I just wish I could get applied literally anywhere because holy fuck, nothing is fighting for me. And sure, it gives me more time to stream, but I still would like to have a. Well, that's not a Moroi, it has to be a shade. Okay, so it's a shade. I couldn't remember how fast Morois were, but I listened to how fast the Moroi is, and it's like, nope, it's definitely a shade. I thought so, especially since it was so inactive whenever I was in the room, so.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
See how far am I into it. But I'm gonna end stream when we get to 75%, okay? That should be like 3 more games. So honestly, not too much more for today at least. I don't know, I'm just kind of. Have you done solo school or asylums? Yes, I do that quite a lot actually. I dislike school. I prefer prison over school. But I have done solo both asylum and Sunny Meadows. I've had a pink pony club stuck in my head since the last day of cyclothon. Yeah, I've played both solo asylum and solo Sunny Meadows. But I don't like school. And on that map I just feel very bored on. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling beat today. I might not fall asleep, so you might still see me online, but I'm probably just gonna watch some YouTube and melt, relax. I don't know, I'm just not feeling all too. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I just kind of feel beat. Oh no, the horror stream's like 8 hours. I'm feeling a bit tired today. Oh, I streamed 8 hours today already, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. You have to be awake to get the computer stuff. That's Wednesday, not today. Or tonight, today. So I don't need to be awake for today. Thankfully. But tomorrow I'm going to have to be awake for that. Or Wednesday. Wednesday day. Like Wednesday during the day. I should probably get at least some form of rest tonight. So sleep for the next 20 hours. That's not gonna happen, first of all, Grim. Yeah, you're right, Pro. I can barely sleep 8 hours with meds. You want me to sleep 20? I only sleep 20 when I'm actually like sick. Even then, that's if I'm lucky. But once I do get my CPU, I will be doing stress testing on stream. There's a hammer. I will be doing stress testing on stream, so do expect me to be pushing things. Sleep 8 hours, stay up for 2, or stay up for 2, sleep another 8 hours. I wish. Gotta get that timer ticked down if I ever want to see the light of day again. Not that I ever want to see the light of day, to be fair. Yeah, almost every game that I stream, it's like 90 to 100% CPU usage. I don't know why, but it seems like OBS makes a lot of, well, it's not even, it's my fucking sucks. Well, the CPU does at least. Everything else seems to be working as expected. Except my CPU, because I'm looking at, you know, the usage on Task Manager, and only the CPU is ever maxed out. You know, GPU, nope. Obviously memory and disk, nope, not even close. Always the CPU though. I am keeping the same graphics card. And even if I, like, money was an option, like, I don't really need to upgrade my graphics card. It's a 2080. I don't necessarily think I need to upgrade my graphics card. It's at least not bottlenecking, which is what's important to me. It does seem that the CPU is definitely bottlenecking my computer. Though to be fair, it is an 8-year-old CPU, and it was a mid-range CPU, so and games are becoming increasingly more demanding as time goes on. But yeah, I think graphics card, I think I'm good for at least a while. I think my GPU might be my bottleneck. Completely possible. My case is my CPU is the bottleneck, but I think it's a multitude of things. I think it's because the fact that I went with a mid-range, which, I mean, it's never a bad idea to go mid-range. No, I'm not saying don't go mid-range. I just think the fact that I went with a a GTX 970, maybe it's possible. Obviously, I can't, you know, I don't have all the parts, and I'm not comparing the parts and checking what's bottlenecking. But it's completely possible that could be bottlenecking. Boner. Yeah, no, I'm just beat today. I don't know why. I don't think I slept great. Kind of wanted to make more progress on Phasmophobia, but don't want to push it. Don't want to cause myself to burn out. Grab a... Oh, I forgot. I'll do it after this game. Remind me, Grim. Remind me when I start doing the objectives. So why didn't you spawn over there? Spirit box freezing. I'm not getting spirit box. I don't think it's box freezing can be finicky. Same with EMF. There's EMF 5. It's a miling. It's a photo of the ghost, which with how active it is, I should be fine getting a photo. Look at all those stream hours you'll get there. But yeah, so hopefully the not hopefully. I'm sure that the CPU will definitely help with performance of streaming. I'll be getting the parts at latest Friday, so it should be fine then. Friday is going to be interesting. Hopefully I get my parts before Friday, though. Because Thursday I've got Terraria with Nino. I got Fortnite with Serenity Friday. First time playing Fortnite in a very, very long time. I haven't played Fortnite since season 1, so it's going to be exciting to see how much has changed. Yeah, season 1. I don't know what season that was, off the top of my head at least. But you have seen Mika play it. I have seen both Mika and Serenity playing it. Fortnite, so I kind of know how it works now. at the moment, but not entirely sure. Fuck you. Yeah. She uses a controller to play a shooter game. I would not call her a pro. If Mika's listening, I can already hear the furious typing.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Okay, bone collection. Here's the bone collection. That's all the bones because it's, you know, the forearm bones, the leg bones, the all that. Okay, let me see. Skull, jaw, spine, scapula, pelvis, fibia, femur, and foot, and can't read that, but that's what. How many of it? One, two. Yep. Okay. So I've got all the bones. Also, kiss the rabbit. Mwah. Oh, so Tweez based then. Okay. Also, that's a cool trophy. I literally only play one game with a controller. That's a Pokemon. And like the emulation one. To be fair, pro, I definitely deserve that. Can you zoom in on the toes? No, I'm not zooming in on the toes. I did deserve that, pro. I mean, that's fair. I just love giving shit to, you know, Mika and Pro about using a controller. Yeah. I love giving shit to Mika and Pro. I don't care if you use controller or not, but, you know, just giving them shit is what I live for, so here I am. Actually, funny thing is, I actually have my controller plugged in, so one of the redeems I have is this. To play games with a controller like this. No, pro. But yeah, one of the rejected ideas is this. Don't necessarily. Fuck you, do shit. Y'all do this. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I want to I want to use both, but because so good that if I start using on controller, I switch to mouse and keyboard and destroy the competition. Yeah, one of the redeems was playing with the controller like that, you know? So, oh my god, I feel so much more snappy using a mouse and keyboard over the fucking controller. See, that's one of the biggest issues that I have with controller, especially in FPS games. It's so not snappy. So if you're getting shot from behind, you can't just 180 on the fools. You actually have to, like... Yeah, true. But also, I play a lot of CS, so controller doesn't work on CS. I mean, technically it does, but... What the the way CS works, controller just doesn't work with the way, because of the way CS is played. You can just takes the aim assist. CS doesn't have aim assist. Okay, pro, because you said about, you know, you used to play Rainbow Six Siege. I have massive respects for you playing on controller now. Rainbow Six Siege is not an easy game to play on controller. Now, I can still give shit to Mika because Mika never played Rainbow Six Siege. Fucking loser. You have my respects, pro. Rainbow Six Siege is not a controller game, so anybody that plays on controller, hats off to you, because I would not play Rainbow Six Siege ever with a controller. I wonder if you play on. Oh, I can see through doors. I wonder if you play on controller, do you get matched up with other people who play controller, or is it just like, how does that work when it comes to Fortnite? You play with everyone? Okay. So if I'm going to win, I'm gonna have to rely on my CS aim. Sounds good. I can do that. Is based on what you played from. Okay. Not only did you have the audacity to turn the brake off, you also had the audacity to pop the fucking light bulbs, asshole. So I'm excited to play Fortnite with Serenity. That's gonna be fun, but you can turn crossplay off, I believe. Why? Because I'm afraid of getting demolished by console players. I mean, that's, yeah. Yay, stats are done. Welcome back, Donut. There's orbs. You can loaf until some other shit happens. Well, at least you get a moment. I'm just good with controller when I thought I was average. Maybe, who knows? Do they place you with maybe people that are of a similar skill level, or is it just literally everyone at that in? And if I play, are we gonna be playing against bots, or how does that work? I don't know how any of that works because I never. Head too small, brain hurts. I don't believe Fortnite uses skill-based matchmaking. Okay. Oh, it is skill-based? Okay. They did start using bots. So when we play, we're gonna be what? Playing UV. The haunt you. Oh, Demi's not here, I don't think. So when me and Serenity play, are we going to be going against bots, or how is that gonna work? And you'll start playing with people? Okay. Well, this is gonna be interesting. I think the only team-based shooter I ever played was World of Tanks. I've played Rainbow Six Siege, CS:GO, Call of Duty way back in the day. Um, I've played Valorant, not too fan of that. I've played Stranova. What else? Remember, I've played a lot of shooter games through my life. They have normal player names. Okay. Just needed to chase me. Not a demon, so I can't use my ass to bait it, which is unfortunate. What was it? Mirror? Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Show me who's the dumbest of all. Come get my ass, boy. Shit, I had crucies. These sucks, so I'll know if they're bots. Okay. Who knows, maybe I'll become a Fortnite streamer. Like Mika. What is this Hantu? It's fairly easy to tell. No healing items and missing a lot of shots. Or they are just bad players. Or they're using controller. Like point blank missing. Okay, fair enough. It's going to take a bit of getting used to playing third person because I'm used to FPS games. Question is, how long will it take me to figure it out? I don't know. did I do? I haven't been down bad. Not yet, at least. Well, not anymore. I think the only competitive PvP game was Dark Souls, Elden Ring, or... I don't know if I would consider those as necessarily truly PvP. Racing games, I stopped racing games because that shit is more toxic than League. Damn, that's impressive.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Get carried by teammates, then you end up with lobbies with a bunch of higher skilled players. I wish, because holy shit, I was doing the fucking carrying on my team in CS, and that still was enough to get me out of fucking Silver 1.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby. This must be the reason.
Jesus, okay. Huh. I wonder where it is. I want to play Need for Speed on stream so badly. Unfortunately, Need for Speed is not a shared family game, so I can't play it off of my own account. I will have to buy another fucking copy of Need for Speed. Not PvP. You overtake in Forza cleanly and literally get body checked into a wall. You someone who can't overtake you. Leave. Gotta fight. They get a 5-second penalty, and you get 5th place. 95% of your races need onboard weapons. I wasn't talking about the racing game. I was talking about Elden Ring and Dark Souls. All I was saying was I don't necessarily call those like true PvP. Yeah, like Steam shared. No, I would definitely any PvP game I would consider is where it's, well, player versus player. I know that Elden Ring and Dark Souls does have PvP modes, but I wouldn't necessarily call them PvP games, if that makes sense. But like Forza, absolutely PvP. Oh, does a family member? I do. I own Need for Speed on my alt account that I haven't touched in fucking ages at this point because I've been mostly just streaming. Which Need for Speed? I have a few. I don't know which Need for Speed. I kind of want to play like Heat or Hot Pursuit though. Those are the two games I have on Steam, and those are the ones that I remember the best from when I was playing them previously. Overall, like at least for me, I've cared more about the story, like I guess like quote unquote story mode of Need for Speed, and less so the player online stuff. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't consider them PvP because that's not like their whole premise. Their whole premise is the boss fights, but I mean there are PvP options, but I mean same with Minecraft. I wouldn't consider Minecraft a PvP game, but I mean there's PvP options. That's kind of my logic when it comes to Elden Ring slash Dark Souls. But yeah, the people's builds on those games are insane. For Speed Carbon. I'm not familiar with that one. The one I miss is Need for Speed World. Yeah, let me actually look this up. Need for Speed World. Or no, not World. Carbon. Carbon. Yeah, no, that's definitely predates when I was into Need for Speed. The OG I see. Underground is so good. No, I've played Underground. I do remember Underground. That one was fun. Yeah, and Need for Speed Undercover, I played a lot. A lot of Need for Speed, I feel like, was always just such a fun game. Also, my favorite thing is I actually don't know what Ghost it is. Most Wanted. Dude, Need for Speed is like so good. I don't give a damn what other people have to say about it. Yeah, the one I miss is World. That one was so much fun because of the police chasing. While World was online, I never played any of the PvP. The most I did was actually play the cooperative levels or the missions. The police chase ones where you had to help your Need for Speed World has been shut down a long time ago, unfortunately. I always forget which is the one that allows you to play as the cops. Yeah, it wasn't as popular as like other Need for Speed titles. I think it was around during 2012. 2010 to 2015. Hot Pursuit or Undercover. Yeah, I'm not sure. I could look it up. It's not probably not that hard to find that kind of information. Okay, so not UV. I don't necessarily think it's Shade though. So it might be Spirit. 2012 was Most Wanted. Okay. Shade? That would be wild if this was a shade.
Project killing.
Spirit. Got that all finished. 2012, yeah. Need for Speed World was 2010 to 2015. It was a live service game and it got shut down, sadly. Apparently, there's a community event, a project that is trying to get it, run their own thing. I forget what it was called though.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
I used to play a lot of rally card games in big pieces. I agree with you on that one, Grim. Unfortunate, the whole situation. Unfortunately, that's just not how these companies operate. Especially, well, obviously 2010 was a different time, but they operate differently now where they're like, oh yeah, if we're not actively making money from it now, fuck it. Called Juice. No, I'm not familiar with that one. Or yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I do remember one, I think it was called Wreckfist. That one was fun. It was like a top-down racing game that you would compete with. It was like local co-op. It was so much fun. Wreckfist? It's such a good game. Hello, Zeba. Ahoy! Grab that. I don't know what room it is, but it might be the hallway, it might be the bathroom. Racing games are fun, I just don't play a whole lot of them. Not... Took my own saliva. Ow, that hurt. I enjoy racing games. I just don't play a whole lot of them. Not for any particular reason. I don't know. I just forget. Zeb, thank you for the follow. I would never get the wheel. One game I want to play on stream too is The Long Drive. That one looks fun too. think Pro was agreeing with you, Grim. Yeah, it's like Desert Bus, but act like meant to be funny and not taken seriously. I haven't thought about the Mario Kart wheel in a very long time. I have any evidence. Shame.
Possible hate crime.
One evidence at least. I mean, it could be a wraith. I'm thinking it's a wraith. What is a wraith? I'll go to the chalk just because. Pacific Drive is super chill, a little creepy and quite fun. I'll look into Pacific Drive. Looks pretty. It actually kind of looks like um and I forgot about the game. It's a building car game. Yeah, that's gonna be fun seeing my ass trying to build a car. Actually, that would be pretty entertaining because I am not a car person. That could be my summer car is one that I was thinking of, yeah. Grim. Is that the one that takes place in Finland? No, 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 not like build like that, but like more adding a power source or oh, I see. I thought we were talking about like actually like building a car, like taking all the different parts and putting it together. I see. Okay. I was thinking like my summer car, like Grim said. Back a right. Because the car is basically alive in that game. It develops quirks, which you have to figure it out. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. I thought when we said car building game, I thought we were talking about building a car, not decking it out. I'm all for decking it out. Yeah, I got confused, but let's be fair. I get confused easily. Oh, my summer car is very technical. Yeah, I don't have the brains for that one. I don't know cars that well. At least like putting together cars. Give me like PC sim and I'm in my environment. Give me my summer car and I'm gonna be lost as hell. Bro, you've seen me trying to read chat. You think I'm able to read instructions? There's dots. Give me a house flipper But I'm good. Yeah, I had to watch a video and I had to install RAM. I have faith you can read. Fair enough. Still think it's cool that you installed the RAM yourself, though. All the way over here. Phenomenal. Just anything but the stupid ass monkey paw. One that can almost build a PC. Well, okay. Yeah, you just no, Grim. That's actually exactly what you do. Is you put a dot in the center. You don't need a lot because thermal paste spreads very quickly and easily. But you just put a dot at the center of the CPU and then just put the cooler on top of it. That's all that you need to do with a whatchamacallit. Music box. The music box. Music box. I know where the music box. Is it bad if I use too much? As long as the thermal paste doesn't overflow the CPU portion, no. You know, you kind of do want to be careful enough. Favorite quirk in Pacific Drive was turning off the engine, put on handbrakes, car tunes into sad radio station, take handbrakes, and turn on engine, car tunes into happy station. So you don't, yeah, Grim, with the thermal paste, you don't want to use too much, but you want to use enough, you know? But you kind of do have to be very careless if you to use too much CPU, not CPU, thermal paste. That's actually pretty funny about the card being sad when you turn it off. And it is a wraith.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
So the way, okay, sort of. Um, yeah, you do want to put in the first or third slot if you have two memory sticks. But it's really not a big deal if you don't do that either. You know, you're not gonna like nuke your computer by doing that, Grim.
Right. Check the equipment.
would just buy 4 sticks of memory and put them all in. Technically, I could do that if I really wanted to, but I went with two 32 gigabytes at instead of going with 32. It was the same price, or pretty much the same price that I bought mine at, my original memory at. And to be fair, I don't necessarily think I need 128 gigabytes of memory. That seems a tad overkill for me. Boner! Boner, boner, boner. Get here. With the two, it'll be a bit cooler, wouldn't it? Technically, but memory doesn't really run that hot usually. Um, Usually the things that run hot are the CPU and GPU. Those are the two that runs hot. Also, the hard drives, both HDDs and SSDs. I know I had 16 and I was maxing it out. Yeah, so the thing, memory doesn't, I mean, memory heats up, but it isn't to the point where it's like a CPU. And usually, if you have enough circulation in your PC to cool your CPU down, you've got more than enough airflow to cool your memory down. The only time I can even think about it, even think that you might need it, is if you have like 128 stick, single stick. But even then, I don't necessarily know if that needs cooling. But most consumer grade memory sticks, you don't need to worry about cooling in the sense of like dedicated cooling for memory. Things you would want CPU and GPU get some heat though. They really do. So those are the ones that you want to make sure are cooled correctly, are the CPU and GPU, due to the fact that they do run very hot. So it's not that memory doesn't produce heat, but it produces a lot less heat, to the point where just case cooling keeps it cool enough. Or don't forget to peel the plastic off of the CPU cooler or SSD heatsink. True. Very true, Grim. I've seen that quite a bit among amateur PC builders. Is they don't take the piece of plastic off the CPU or SSD heatsinks. I do see that. So usually externals are fine enough because they have internal cooling. Um, so you don't need to worry about external. It's the internal SSDs that run hot because they don't have internal cooling in them. At least usually. Some do, but usually internal SSDs are the one that you need to worry about. Externals perfectly fine. Externals are bigger, so, and they have built-in coolers. Um, whether that'll be a fan or a heat transfer to the casing. Um, Internal SSDs don't usually, unless that has changed, but like the SSD that I recently put in, it was not internally cooled. Um, but external SSDs you're perfectly fine with. They are cooled, you know, in like that. Internally is usually just going to be the stick and a heatsink, yes. But external SSDs, you have nothing to worry about. They're cooled. You know, they're built with coolers inside of them, whether it's a heat transfer or um, is throwing things around quite a lot. Whether that's heat transferring to the case or whether it's a fan. Um, just kind of depends on the external, but you don't need to actively worry about it being cooled because it's got built-in coolers some way. Yep, I got the orbs already. I just need one more evidence. It could be a Rev, Fae, or Mare. What could it be? It could be, can't be UV, can't be freezing. Freezing. It's a what? Rev? Luckily enough, I don't have to worry about getting hunted by a Rev. I just need to lower my sanity, which I can get hit of the mirror. Oh, it's not the mirror. Ah! It's my least favorite one. You know what? Fuck it. We be ballin'. We don't be ballin'. We be stupid in this house. Son. Now I just gotta sit. I thought my game froze for a moment because everything stopped. I was like, ooh. Is a Rev orb, unless, nope, it's gotta be a Rev. Even though I haven't built a whole computer from scratch, I'm just always looking at tech stuff and I can get lost in it for hours. So I bought a pre-built initially, but have replaced so many of the parts that I don't think anything outside of the original case is original. I need to do one more. At the time, it was just easier for me to get pre-built instead of having to get all the individual parts. But I've replaced the parts over so much, or every single part over time, that I don't think anything except the case is original. It was originally the case and the fans, but I did replace the case fans because of the fact it stopped working. Grab the ghost by the orbs, God I wish. Give the ghost the old good dick twist. You're starting to do that with your pre-built? Yeah, I'm one thing that I see a lot of people do, not talk about that, but I'm talking about like the PC building people. They're always like, don't ever buy pre-built. It's like not everybody's going to want to or capable of building their own PC. So it pisses me off whenever somebody's like, never buy pre-built. It's like some people don't want to build their own PC, and it's perfectly fine that they don't want to. So like anytime I see somebody go, this and like pre-built suck, it's like, is it less cost efficient to go pre-built? Yes. But not everybody wants to build a PC from the ground up, The other thing that pisses me off is where people are like, no, don't go with this part, go with this part. And I'm like, like with the whole, I remember in Mika's chat, bro, and you probably remember that, where everybody was like, don't go with Intel. I'm like, if you do go with Intel only had issues with their 12th or 13th and 14th gen. So if you go with their 12th gen, it's perfectly fine. But like so like, and everybody was like, no, don't go with people. That's like, and it was just like pure pandemonium. And I'm like trying to speak sense into these people, and it's like, or at least to Mika slash L, and it was just like pure chaos. Um, I mean, you're paying like an extra, at least here, maybe an extra 200. I don't know what it is in the US, but up here in Canada, it's an extra like 200 for a pre-built. The problem is Mika mentioned it on stream and everybody wants to be an expert, which pisses me off because it's like none of them knew what the fuck they were talking about. Because trust me, I'm not an expert, but the things they were saying was just straight up wrong. Like I wouldn't call myself an expert on computer parts, but what they were saying was hurting my head. Donut taking Kippy, for example, having hers built like we did was only 400 to 500 extra. Yeah. So it's more inefficient price wise, but I wouldn't say it's a complete like fucking like go don't do it type thing, especially if you don't want to or don't know how to. Full point of pre-builders for those who want the peace of mind having professionals build it and having customer support. Exactly. And then the people that were saying about never go with Intel, it's like, no, you can't go with Intel. Just try to avoid 13th or 14th gen because those are the ones that have the issues that, they think all Intels have. And it's like, no, it's literally just the 13th and 14th gen. If you go with the 12th, you're not going to have these issues that these other gens have. But it's just like, it hurt in my head, bro. And then Wendy doing it too is like, oh my god. You couldn't figure out your own fucking thing. I'm glad he eventually figured it out, though. I was just like, oh my god, it's just hurt my head. What do I need to do? I need to piss off the ghost. We designed on stream a computer for our friend Hello Kitty. Okay. And it ran up to 7.5K because she used it for her personal business too. I mean, putting the extra money, especially into a computer that you're running for your own personal business too, is not a bad thing. But at that point, yeah, that stream I was quiet because I didn't know enough. But everybody was saying things, and it was like things that it was just straight up wrong, and it physically hurt me. That's how info from the masses work. Yeah. Alrighty, that should be 75% done. But yeah, it was just like my head hurts because they were saying such wrong information and not and incorrect information, like the whole Intel situation. It's like I'm gonna cry. That's why if Mika is serious about a new computer or something, she'd have to message you like privately. Yeah. The thing that pissed me off though was people are like, avoid pre-builds. It's like, oh, I don't think Mika or Elle wants to necessarily build a computer from the ground up, and I don't blame them for that one either. But yeah, so that was like people are like trying to steer them away from pre-builds, and it's like I don't necessarily know if Mika or Elle want to build a computer themselves, you know, because building a computer, like replacing a part is one thing. Building a computer from the ground up is something completely different. If you're just replacing a part, you pretty much have all the parts there. You're just plug and play. Almost top of the line CPU and everything. I mean, that makes sense for then the price tag too. But like, unlike a pre-built, if you're just replacing a part, it's pretty much plug and play. Building a computer from the ground up is a lot more intricate than plug and play. But I am going to go pass out. But to be fair, she had a new computer 12 to 15 years. God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go pass out now, or melt and pass out. So, thank you for the head pats. I don't know who did the head pats because my shit is slacking. Oh, hydrate from Pro and pets from Grim. Hydrate, I bought this PC 2 years ago as a pre-built. 32 gigs of Corsair RAM, 2 gigabytes of Samsung SSDs, 13th gen i5 and a 4080 Ti for 1,200-ish pounds. Honestly, it happily runs most games at 120 FPS at 4K. You know, that kind of stuff is expensive, but it's definitely future-proofing it. Pets were for Serenity, but I'll take credits. Oh, that's from 3 out. What the fuck? Why are you showing? Okay, it's refresh. Thank you, Serenity. I don't know why it. What the fuck? I don't know why it's being a bitch. There we go. Yeah, Serenity gave me head pats. For some reason, it looked like it said that Grim did it. There's Grim, but thank you, Serenity. My things. It's Serenity. It's Stream Elements. You know Stream Elements. Pet the sad Serenity. I'll pet Serenity. Um, in a special place later. So bye bye.